Alola! I'm the official narrator. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames spread by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today we're looking at Salandit and Salazzle. And here's to praying that I don't forget Ranker like I do every fucking time. Alright, I gotta roast the fuck out of this person real quick. First of all, let's talk about Spitfire just because that one's okay. Like it's okay. That's what Magmar's Dex entry says. That's what he is. So I don't particularly care for it, but if you care for that, it's fine. Well, let's talk about female Salazzle, and I want to ask you, pop fucking quiz. How many male Salazzles there are on this planet? I'll give you a hint. 0. There's no fucking point in talking about gender. It doesn't fucking matter. It's always a damn woman. No one's gonna use Salandit. How many people you know use a Combi? Nobody. Why the fuck are you like this? In reference to other Pokemon, Razzle Dazzle was one we've seen before. I want to say Volbeat and Illumise being a pair of nicknames that was considered, but I mean, I guess if you wanted to use it on Salazzle because it rhymes, then sure, but I definitely think there are better Pokemon and better options, particularly ones like Plusle, Volbeat, Illumise, which come in pairs. Hell, you could use your Meowstic if you're so damn adamant on using 2 Meowstics on the same team like the anime portrays. I'll acknowledge Starfire for the hell of it. Do I think it particularly fits Salazzle? I'm not arguing no. I don't know, I feel like if you wanted to do that, maybe a sun-based Pokemon would be a smarter choice. My first thought is like Solgaleo, but it's like, I don't know, like, I just feel like if you're going for that, like, I don't know, I sort of understand it, but because purple, I guess, and fire, I guess, but let's not forget the first half of its name is Star, so that's kind of where I'm gravitating towards. Azula, we've seen this plenty of times in the past. Avatar-based nicknames are fine. Azula, Zuko, sure. Nova was one I actually had for my Flareon in the default before I changed it, so I'm fine with Nova as a nickname too. Sriracha, that's totally fine. Sulfur. Sulfur is one I'd like to use. I literally have that name written down just because of the Slipknot song, but you know what? It's fine. So, yeah, both of those work totally fine. Burnout would be a good nickname for that new, I think it's like Varoom, that guy. That's a good nickname for him, because you could reference the car part along with the Burnout series. That'd be a good name for him. I was always waiting for this day to come, because I remember responding to this tweet, as you can see here, but whatever the original thing was that wasn't shit is deleted now. And he's like, how are you going to respond to this from years ago? Well, this is how. So, welcome to Hayden on Twitter. And in case you didn't know, Hayden, I've been taking the piss out of you for years. And this also gives you a nice little timestamp on when I originally was looking up Alola nicknames before creating the channel. The channel was made in November of 2019. So, I was looking up all of Alola just a little bit before I started making this channel, apparently. Salsa is totally fine as well. We've seen that in the past before. I use it for my... I hate the stupid monkeys because I never remember their damn names. I think it's Panseer, Simisear. I literally can't. Those are the fucking things. I can never remember their stupid names. Or which one's which. There's like in Kalos, the gym test. It's like, identify which one is this monkey. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't figure it out. They're all too damn similar. But Salsa's fine. I use it for the fire monkey of Unova based off Mother and Earthbound. Big Mama will always be a terrible nickname. Just a reminder for you. I'm okay with Nutella for whatever fucking reason, but maybe first of all, let's spell it right. Like, I understand you're probably trying to make a pun there. Who would I put Nutella on? My first thought's like maybe Shiny Slurpuff or Alcremie or something like that. I kind of like Nutella, just not for Salazzle. There we go. I knew eventually I'd run into this one. Salamandra, this I feel is cliched and obvious. For me, I have a mild sentimental bias towards it because I think back to the Yu-Gi-Oh card, Salamandra. It's a little fire dragon wrapped around the sword. Flame Swordsman Salamandra! Wow, we made a card, made it a little bit better. So, I have that little bias towards it, but would I recommend as a nickname? I mean, no, not entirely. If anything, I'm more surprised that I've seen Razzle Dazzle 50 times, and this is the first time I'm seeing Salamandra, because Salamandra should be fucking insanely obvious. I don't even... Alright, I kind of want to, like, highlight 3 comments at once. So for starters, this one about One Piece, this was blacklisted and hidden from Twitter, and it was like, hey, you have to hit see more to view this comment. So this one was hidden, but you know, things like Sasha Grey and Salazzle tits and Vajazzle and all that, that is all fine. Sasha Grey is stupid, but it at least got a response at me. And then I also like this one because you could tell this guy was just like, hold on, let me look up some Latin Spanish word. It's just fucking, I don't remember if it's shadow or dark. It's one of the two. I know that's in Portuguese. I don't know Spanish, but Spanish and Portuguese are very similar. So the idea that you just named it dark and or shadow just looks really fucking stupid and funny to me. I'm only going to highlight Ty Lee just because it's the first time we've ever seen Ty Lee as a nickname. But, that's more Avatar for you. And hot 5 fucking stars for that your mom. Bro, never been burned so hard in my life. Holy shit. Hot Steph is technically is what I used for my Ninetales. And it was mostly just because of the silly description that someone put. I just thought it was funny. But also Hot Stuff could just work as a generic fire type nickname you could throw on anyone. That face, of course, is also kind of applicable to a similar description on the Ninetales one. And just because it's worth mentioning, I've seen Salazar a few times, and I dismissed it because I'm like, oh, Salazar, Slytherin, Harry Potter, Snake, this isn't that. So just in case you care, I know. Plumeria, signature trainer, if that strikes your fancy, there you go. I wish I could report rankers sometimes, because a lot of the shit that just gets thrown on here is so nonsensical and has nothing to do with anything. Clever Girl. That's a fine nickname for a psychic type. Like Jinx, maybe. Korra. I understand Korra does firebenders and has, you know, hot-head temper, but at the end of the day, she's a waterbender. That's her primary thing. She's from the water tribe. It's not gonna work. Oleander, that's flower shit. And then you get here to Bede. What the fuck does Bede have to do with it? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember everything as far as Galar in team. I remember his signature Pokemon being the Hatterini, though. So, there's that. I want to say his team ale was mostly psychics, and also had kind of a female theming to it, too. But I don't remember any Salandit, because they kind of pick a type and just say, you're this trainer, and that's it. Which is a lazy fucking thing that they really need to fix one of these days. Even Game Freak themselves made fun of it in fucking Alola, talking about Guzma, and it was like, why does everyone still fucking do that? Anyway, I reached the bottom. You saw that I went to Ranker. I'm gonna be honest, was there a fair bit of stuff to talk about? Yeah, actually, I think so. But I don't think any of it was particularly special or noteworthy. I didn't write anything down because just nothing caught my attention and nothing was interesting to me. Spreadsheet has Gila Monster. Yeah, I don't really care. And then we have 0 comment suggestions, and the only one on my list was just Salamandra, and I mean, it's meh out of 10. So, you know what we didn't find? Denny. Do you know what I remember finding before? When I originally looked this up in July of 2019, apparently? Denny. He's been filtered out thanks to stupid idiots like the Names Frog and Nick Graham and shit like that. Don't know how that happened, but I definitely remember finding Denny before. Pretty sure he did. Salazzle. Anyway, I personally went with just a generic Binding of Isaac Bayonetta style nickname and just calling it Malice. That was it. It just seemed fitting, simple, effective for its typing, its appearance. I just feel like it works. Also sort of reminds me of a friend. She uses Malice as her pseudo last name, so I don't know, maybe that had some sort of influence in it too. But the other one that I thought of, that I thought would be really, really good and very, very fitting, and I guess this is kind of a proof of, hey, you know, people literally only talk about the nicknames when it's brand new and they don't come back to it later. Breath of the Wild. Va Rudania. The lizard at Death Mountain that climbs around in there and shit, like fire lizard. Wow, son of a bitch. There's another easy one for you. And I know I've thought of that multiple times, because I remember texting my brother being like, oh, this would be a good nickname idea. And then I go to my list to write it down, and it's already written down. So I think Varudani is a perfect choice. I think Breath of the Wild was March of 2017, if I remember right. So people, it didn't exist at the time. So when Salazzle came out, that would have been November of 2016. So somewhere between that 5-month interval, people just kind of didn't come back to it or didn't provide any other new ideas and suggestions. So, hey, let that be a reminder that that's a benefit of this channel. So any other ideas and suggestions you have, feel free to put in the comments below. Give a thumbs up to the ones that you think are good. Salazzle is now, well, technically 6 years old, but it'll be 7 years old in November. So 6 years have passed. Surely you've had some new ideas since then that we could use for Salandit and Salazzle. Don't provide any male nicknames. Don't be that guy. Don't feel the need to specify a female nickname. What are you, some kind of idiot? If you answered yes to that, why?